Hi, hello, my name is Devraj and welcome back. Today we're going to continue on our journey in this series looking at the eyes and looking especially at exercises that we can do with our eyes that help us get over the effect of trauma, of having repressed emotions, of having energetic blocks in the body. Because as I mentioned in the last video in this series, it's a curious thing that mere eye movements, hardly moving your body at all, can create a disproportionately large level of release. And this was discovered, I don't know, a couple of decades ago by some psychiatrists or psychologists working in this field, and a whole therapy known as eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR, grew up around it, which is something that you usually do, with a trained professional. But also eye exercises have been around in bioenergetics and Reichian work for quite a lot longer than that. And so there's all sorts of exciting eye exercises that we can just do in our home and check out how they work. And today we're going to look at an exercise called gaze swinging. As the title implies, all you're actually moving is your gaze. You're using your gaze rather as if it were a limb of your body and moving it around in certain specific ways. Before I demonstrate the exercise, as with the last exercise in this series, do be careful. Moving your eyes is obviously, not going to physically harm you, but it's surprising just how much repressed material these exercises can bring up. And often that isn't obvious or evident to us until, later in the day or the day after and stuff like that. So whenever you're starting with eye exercises like these that have that activate us psychologically, but work with trauma, always leave at least 24 hours after just to check how you are before you go in again and give it another go. That's a way of staying safe and making sure that you don't dig up more than you can comfortably process. Okay, so let's get to the gaze swinging exercise. What we're going to be doing is moving our gaze in a swinging motion. So I'm going to be looking from left to right. In fact, I'm going to start with left to right, and then we're going to move around a kind of imaginary compass face, meaning we start, let's have a look, left to right, swinging like this, and then we're going to go onto a diagonal, and then the vertical, and then around to another diagonal, and then back to the horizontal, and we're going to continue round. So we're actually going to complete the 8 kind of points of the compass. And although because we're swinging, we will be repeating, the second 4 will be the same as the first 4 in a sense, it's important to do all 8 because where you first swing your gaze to is important. So in going left to right, across the horizontal, we start with left. And then when we work around and come around to this one, we start with right. And that makes a difference. So it's important to do all 8. And I recommend doing this on a 30-second ding, meaning that in total, the exercise will take 4 minutes. And it's important to use a timer or something that makes a little ding sound that isn't too obtrusive, but that you can hear it. Don't be looking at a clock or your watch or your phone, because that will take you out of the process. So let me just show you what it looks like. Starting with left to right, it goes. And then I go upper left to lower right. Up to down, and so on around this compass face. I'm sure you get the idea. What's important is to, try not to move your head too much, but do stretch your gaze as far as it will go without moving your head. You cannot really tell whether you're moving your head or not, so, you just do your best and try not to rigidify your neck too much. Also, when you're doing this exercise, try not to restrict your breathing. It's kind of natural when we do something a little bit odd, but we close at the throat a little bit, and we don't want to do that. So try to be aware of your breathing. So all you do is go around this compass face on a 30-second ding. That'll take 4 minutes in total, and then spend a couple of dings just sitting, relaxing, feeling your body, eyes closed. Now, if you've done this 4-minute exercise, had your 1-minute relaxation, and then spent a day, and it isn't too evocative, feel free to add an extra rep, or maybe 2 reps, and then just take like a 1-minute break, 2 dings in between each rep, and use 3 or 4 minutes at the end just to relax and complete. Okay, cool. So that's gaze swinging. It's like an aerobic kind of exercise for your eyes. In Thank you very much for tuning in. Do feel free to share any experience you have in the comments below, and check out my website where you'll find all sorts of online courses and some of the books I've written about therapy and all of that stuff. Thank you and have a good day.